received some data and looked at some data. And so here are the current challenges that are coming up. Policing, obviously, transparency, and I think we can talk about later what kind of transparency and or accountability we're looking for as it relates to financial and other types of transparency and accountability. Civil asset forfeiture and the policy that is around those policies. Laura references earlier around immigration and the ways in which the office is used to enforce immigration policies. And then again, even having the simplest of progressive reforms, bail reform and otherwise, it's important for us to kind of look at what's happening within the county. And so this challenging the public safety narrative is something that we really want to talk about now, especially with this borderline kind of histrionic pushback and response around rising crime levels, and talking about the comparison of crime levels from 2002 to 2022, which doesn't necessarily take into account a pandemic and us being shut down, but also doesn't take into account the trauma that many folks have experienced as a result of the pandemic. And so there were some surveys that went out in 2016 to ask, what is it that victims want as it relates to public safety? And 61% said they wanted shorter sentences versus only 25% that said they wanted longer sentences. 70% want accountability through more than just prison, right? And then 77% said that serious violent crime victims prefer prosecutors solve community problems, even if it means fewer convictions. And so now we're talking about root cause issues. We're talking about education. We're talking about access to economic wealth and wealth creation, jobs. And so those are kind of, we're looking at those root cause issues, and that they would prefer that we focus on that rather than incarcerating people for long periods of time.